Over the years, we've seen some of the most impressive transformations from celebrities, leaving us in awe of their ability to step into the shoes of another star.
It's time for music.
Let's see some of the best celebrity impressions by celebrities. Ariana Grande as Celine Dion. In 2022, Ariana Grande appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. And while fans expected her usual charm and talent, no one was prepared for the show-stopping moment that would follow. Jimmy, as we all know, is always eager to bring out the best in his guests. He turned to Ariana and said, "Ariana, I heard you do a killer Celine Dion impression." Ariana laughed, shaking her head as if she was too shy to pull it off. But the audience was already cheering, urging her to give it a shot. She said, "Oh, Jimmy, I don't know if I can do this, but let's give it a try, huh?"
Okay. I don't know the words.
You don't need to know the
okay,
words.
who cares?
Right? Let's just make up the words.
Audience laughs as Ariana launches into a pitch-perfect rendition of her signature songs.
Certain is the song, baby, well.
The reaction was instant. There was thunderous applause, laughter, and Jimmy literally fell back in his chair, completely floored by how accurate Ariana's impression was. Later, Celine Dion herself later caught wind of the impression to Ariana in a video message saying, "I think she might be me in disguise."
She's like, okay. She's like,
Tom Hiddleston as Robert De Niro. In 2015, Tom Hiddleston appeared on The Graham Norton Show alongside Robert De Niro, Anne Hathaway, and Kenneth Branagh. During the interview, the conversation turned to celebrity impressions, and Graham Norton couldn't resist asking Hiddleston to show off his skills. Knowing that Robert De Niro was sitting just a few feet away, Hiddleston laughed nervously but was clearly excited. He glanced at De Niro for approval, and the legendary actor gave him a slight nod, encouraging him to go for it. Taking a deep breath, Hiddleston sat up straight and transformed his expression. He furrowed his brows, narrowed his eyes, and gave a small, knowing smirk, just like De Niro. Then in a low and steady voice, he started mimicking De Niro's role in Heat, copying every pause and expression perfectly. Hiddleston didn't stop there.
Yeah, like a couple of regular fellas,
He continued with subtle head tilts and slow, deliberate hand movements, mimicking the way De Niro speaks in intense scenes. Anne Hathaway was clapping her hands over her mouth, while Kenneth Branagh laughed and shook his head in disbelief. At first, De Niro sat quietly, watching. His face was unreadable, and for a moment, the entire studio held its breath. Was he going to like it? Then suddenly, he broke into a smile and chuckled. Encouraged by De Niro's reaction, Hiddleston decided to push his luck. He leaned forward slightly and delivered the famous line from Taxi Driver, "You talking to me?" His voice, mannerisms, and even the slight squint in his eyes were so spot on. That was the moment De Niro finally gave his verdict. He leaned back, nodded approvingly, and said with a grin, "That's pretty good. That's really good."
That's my...
Benedict Cumberbatch as Alan Rickman. In 2013, Benedict Cumberbatch appeared on The Graham Norton Show alongside Harrison Ford. As the discussion shifted to voice work and impressions, Norton brought up Alan Rickman's iconic deep and measured voice and prompted Cumberbatch to showcase his own impression of the legendary actor.
The music.
Oh, stay there. I'm enjoying this. Introduce Buddy Tyler. Right.
Yeah.
It's time for music.
Without hesitation, Cumberbatch straightened his posture and lowered his voice to a slow pace and said, "Mr. Potter." He stretched out the syllables in a way that instantly reminded the audience of Rickman's unforgettable portrayal of Severus Snape in Harry Potter. Graham Norton, clearly entertained, leaned forward and asked him to say more. Cumberbatch, fully committed, continued in Rickman's signature. "You are here to learn the subtle science and exact art of potion making." The impression was so spot on that for a brief moment, it felt as though Rickman himself was in the room.
You did my laugh very well. That was yeah.
Norton shook his head in admiration. "That is absolutely perfect. It remains one of the most celebrated celebrity impressions, demonstrating not only Cumberbatch's acting talent, but also his deep respect for the late, great Alan Rickman."
So, Miranda.
Kevin Spacey's hilarious Christopher Walken impression. Kevin Spacey is recognized for his incredible ability to mimic celebrities, and one of his most celebrated impressions is of Christopher Walken. While Spacey has performed this impression multiple times, one of his standout moments was during the 38th AFI Life Achievement Award ceremony, honoring director Mike Nichols. During the event, Spacey took the stage to entertain the audience, and as he often does, he slipped into Walken's voice. He humorously imagined Walken apologizing for missing the event, delivering lines in Walken's signature slow, rhythmic cadence with unexpected pauses. He got like, "Mike, buddy, I wanted to be there, but I got this thing," Spacey said in Walken's tone, causing the audience to burst into laughter.
You know, the AFI, it's an award. It's like the Tony, which I'm up for.
Jamie Foxx's legendary impression of Denzel Washington. Jamie Foxx is one of the best celebrity impressionists in Hollywood. One of his most famous and hilarious impressions is of Denzel Washington, which he has performed on multiple occasions, including on The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon, and various stand-up routines.
All right, okay. Okay, all right, mariachi, so you got...
During one of his most memorable performances, Foxx described a casual interaction with Washington, exaggerating Denzel's signature mannerisms, his speech, head bobbing, and smirk. As Foxx retold a conversation, he slipped seamlessly into Washington's voice, delivering lines like, "You know, Jamie, you got to understand something. Okay, all right. CC, you doing too much right now."
Hold on, all right, okay. All right, come on, all right.
Foxx even reenacted how Washington would react in different scenarios, from giving motivational advice to playfully confronting someone at other occasions too. Denzel Washington himself has acknowledged Foxx's impression, once laughing and saying, "Jamie's always out here doing me."
You get your fucking hands off me.
Meryl Streep's hilarious impressions of other celebrities. Meryl Streep is often regarded as one of the greatest actresses of all time, but what many don't know is that she's also a brilliant impressionist. Streep versatility extends beyond her iconic roles in films like The Devil Wears Prada and Sophie's Choice. She can effortlessly mimic other celebrities, and she's done so in front of the very stars she impersonates. One of the most memorable moments occurred during her appearance in movies where she performed impressions of some of Hollywood's biggest names, including Barbra Streisand and Julia Child. Streep's take on Julia Child was particularly noteworthy as she nailed Child's distinctive voice, her high-pitched tone and gestures. Streep's portrayal was so accurate that it left the audience and Child herself in stitches. However, the most amusing impression took place when Streep mimicked fellow actress Cate Blanchett. With Blanchett sitting next to her, Streep effortlessly imitated Cate's refined mannerisms and distinct voice. Streep exaggerated Blanchett's elegant speech patterns and delivered a perfectly timed line. "Don't you love the theater? The lights, the energy, the attention." The audience couldn't stop laughing, and Blanchett, who is known for her own impeccable acting skills, couldn't help but giggle along.
Courage of your convictions. When you flip anything, you really...
Kristen Wiig's celebrity impressions from Barbra Streisand to Kris Jenner. Kristen Wiig is one of the best celebrity impressionists in Hollywood, who is known for her hilarious and spot-on mimicry of various stars. Throughout her career, especially on Saturday Night Live, she has delighted audiences by stepping into the personas of celebrities with impeccable accuracy. One of her most iconic performances is her impression of Geddy Lee.
It has nothing to do with the technology.
Wiig captures her deep in voice and dramatic gestures perfectly, and this impression is both humorous and incredibly accurate. Another impressive impression Wiig delivers is that of Jennifer Tilly. Tilly is known for her distinct, high-pitched voice, and Wiig expertly replicates this feature with comedic precision.
Your name, isn't it? Calvin Klein?
Wiig also took on the role of Kris Jenner, the famous momager of the Kardashian family, and her impression is nothing short of brilliant. Lastly, Wiig's impersonation of Drew Barrymore is another gem in her collection. Barrymore's bubbly, warm, and quirky nature comes to life through Wiig's performance, which captures the actress's distinctive voice and energetic personality.
I bought this. Not the jacket, just the snap-on collar.
Wiig's versatility and attention to detail in each of these celebrity impersonations prove that she is truly one of the best in the business. Tina Fey Celebrity Impressions. Tina Fey is known for her sharp wit, outstanding comedic timing, and incredible talent for impersonations. Over the years, Fey has masterfully mimicked a variety of celebrities, with her impersonations often stealing the spotlight on Saturday Night Live and beyond. One of her most famous and widely recognized impressions is that of Sarah Palin, the former governor of Alaska and 2008 vice presidential candidate. Her take on Palin became a hit as she perfectly depicted her voice, mannerisms, and unique speech patterns. Another standout impersonation from Fey was of Carrie Fisher, the beloved actress best known for playing Princess Leia in Star Wars. Fey's take on Fisher was affectionate and spot on. Fey has also brought her impressive skills to mimic Tracy Morgan that made the audience laugh on many occasions.
What are you trying to say?
With this, Fey does a fantastic job of replicating her signature smile, expressive face, and conversational style. Lastly, Fey has also impressed audiences with her Jerry Seinfeld impersonation. If you want more videos like this, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.